Happy Saturday, everyone. Today I wanted to just hop on for a few minutes and talk about a subject that we don't talk about a lot, especially in social media land. Often it is the highlight reel of all the successes. But the reality is that each and every one of us, regardless of who we are, at some point experiences failure. And so earlier today, I was actually reflecting on my first real encounter with failure. It was the first year of college at Virginia Tech. Go Hokies. I got an F in my statistics class in that first semester. And I was devastated. I remember when I got the progress report card, whatever they call it, I was kind of hoping, how we do, hoping for a miracle. And my first thought was, oh my God. And then my second thought was, oh my God, what am I going to tell my mom about this F? And I did, of course, have to tell her. And she was very encouraging and said, hey, you know what, you can get past this. You can move past it. So a lot of times what we consider to be a failure and game over, we assign this high level of finality to it, like there's no coming back from it. And so this first F that I experienced, unfortunately, I did get some others, really taught me that it's not over. It also taught me that sometimes you have to take a step back. If I was honest with myself, what I had to acknowledge is that although I was a good student in high school, I didn't really have to study. I was the kid that showed up to class all the time. I took notes. I paid attention to what my teachers taught me. And so my studying consisted of kind of reviewing my notes, taking the quiz, taking the exam, and I was good to go. I graduated with a great GPA. And I learned from this experience that what I had done up until that point wasn't going to be enough to take me to my next level. I couldn't take those same study habits into Virginia Tech and think that I was going to be successful. So I had to take a step back and reevaluate what I was doing and be willing to do things differently in order to reach that next level. I also had to acknowledge that I didn't have all the answers. I didn't, even though, again, I had been a pretty good student up until that point, this statistics class was way over my head. And so I had to humble myself and I had to go to the office, I think it was academic enrichment or something like that. And I had to get a tutor, which was really, really hard because in my mind, getting a tutor was like saying, I can't do this. I can't handle this. And up until that point, I had been able to do well in school on my own. But working with that tutor, I learned that there were so many tricks, but different ways to look at things that I had never thought of. And if I had continued to try to do it on my own, I was never going to come up with a doable way to attack statistics. So being able to work with this person really showed me that statistics was manageable. It's still not my favorite subject, okay? But it was manageable once I had someone to show me a better way, a different way to do it. So I don't know what you may be dealing with right now that you consider a failure. I want to encourage you, first of all, it's not over. Sometimes what we have to do is just outlast the experience. It feels final. It feels like there's no way we can come back from it. But many times all we have to do is to take a step back and look at that experience a little bit differently. Is it 100% external, outside of your control, or are there some things that if you're honest with yourself, you could do differently or you might need help with? And then who can help you move past this and get to your next level? Many times it is possible, it is doable if you're willing to ask for help and to keep moving forward. So I hope that this has been encouraging for you. It's hard sometimes to talk about failures, but trust me, I have plenty of them. So I will come back more and talk about this subject. If this has been helpful to you, comment, tell me, what is your plan to pivot from this thing that you may be dealing with that feels like a failure? How are you going to move forward and make the best of the rest of 2019 and then go flying into 2020 with passion and excitement? I hope you have a great Saturday. I'll talk to you soon. God bless.